This is Spider-Man, super posable Spider-Man figure. This is actually the 2010 release. Okay. It's the figure is actually part of the first wave of the 2010 Spider-Man 3 3/4 figures, and it's been repackaged in the 2011 wave of figures. And the difference being is that as you can see in the packaging, this one still has the three fiercest foes battle cards that you could play the game with, while the 2011 figures have done away with those cards. Now I've said some bad things about those cards. Uh, they're not. I'm still not a big fan of the cards, but there is something about the cards that I actually like. They're not great, but they're not bad, which I will discuss later. Have a quick look at the packaging. This is the old packaging, the 2010 packaging. As you can see, the some of the figures of the first wave are there. And yeah, I decided to pick this one up because I haven't actually had the chance to look at what the Fiercest Foes cards actually did. And I was hasty in my judgment, and they're not that bad. They're not as bad as the Iron Man armor cards. So, having said that, the real reason why you want to get this figure is if you want a good Spider-Man for your collection. And the question being is if you already have the Marvel Universe figure and you're a big Spider-Man fan and you're more of a fan of the Marvel Universe figures, do you get this figure? If you're a big fan of the 3 3/4 Spider-Man figures, it's an obvious decision. You've got to get this figure. And my I'm gonna say my take on this one, my initial take is that you've got to get this figure, especially if you're a big Spider-Man fan. The only reason you don't want to get this figure is if you hate Spider-Man. Now, this was actually a requested figure review. I wasn't going to do a review of it because I haven't actually gotten the figure before. Luckily, I was shopping at one of the malls I frequent, and some of the items were on promo or on discount, and I got this guy for actually 20 off. Oh no, 19 off. 19% off, which is not bad. It's actually a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and got him. All right. Let me just stand him up for you so you can appreciate him better. He comes with an accessory. It's a flimsy accessory. It's sort of a web that he can hold. Kind of weird. It's fine. It's not something that's super great, but it is there, and it's definitely better than some of the Marvel Universe accessories that we've seen in the past. Now, just a quick comparison at the Marvel Universe Spider-Man figure. As you can see, between the two accessories, this one and this one, they're okay, but I'm kind of leaning towards this one more. I don't know. For some reason, I think I'll have better use for this one. This one is just really for display. And it doesn't even, well, it's okay. They're both okay, but I like this. So, articulation-wise, they are very similar, albeit the Spider-Man figure, the Spider-Man series figure is a lot more Star Wars-ish type of articulation, and I'll show you in a minute. As you can see, the Marvel Universe Spider-Man has a lot of hinge joints and a GI Joe ball joint, while this one has extra joints, and I'm going to show you right now. He's got a ball jointed neck, which is cool. You make him look up. Hold on. He's got a ball jointed torso, ball hinge shoulder, ball hinge elbows, a swivel wrist. He's got a ball hinge hip, a thigh swivel, and a ball hinge knee, and as well as a ball hinge ankle to boot. It's great. It's actually a lot more articulated than this figure. Hence, my initial conclusion, you've got to get this figure if you're a big Spider-Man fan, despite already having, even if you've already gotten a myriad of Marvel Universe Spider-Man figures. And their main reason is really the detail is great. I like the detail better, and the articulation is great. A few things I wanted to say about the articulation that could have been improved is, or are, if you notice, he already has a ball hinge knee, which means it can swivel and rotate. They've still added a thigh swivel, which to me doesn't really make sense because you don't want the thigh rotating on its own like that. What they should have done is they should have just kept the thigh swivel and replaced the ball hinge knees with double jointed knees like this one, and then added that extra joint. Either, if the costs were permitting, if the double hinge knee still didn't meet the cost ceiling, they could have added another joint in the arms and made it into a ball hinge wrist swivel and rotate. But that's my only qualm about the articulation of this figure. Other than that, it's really great, and I'm not complaining one bit. I'm not complaining too much, but I wish they could have done that because, as you can see, there's really no point in having two rotation joints for one single piece or limb. So they could have either just kept, they could have removed the ball, or they could have removed the thigh swivel, kept the ball hinges, just like a Star Wars figure, and then remove that cost cost of putting another joint into the wrist, or kept the thigh swivel and just made this into a double hinge. But still, it's great. It's a great figure, and I still stand by my opinion that you should definitely get this figure if you're a big Spider-Man fan. So there. Between the two, I'd go for this one more over this one. The thing is, I think you should get it on. If you can't wait for clearance, if you think it's gonna be gone by the time clearance comes, get it at retail, but don't pay more than retail price. Okay. Before we actually go, I wanted to talk about the Spider-Man cards, and it's really, excuse me. It looks like these. It's like a cross-shaped card, and you get Spider-Man and Venom for this figure, and it's really just a variation of the rock paper scissors game. And as you can see, it's a bomb, fist, and spider sense. Spider sense will beat the fist. The bomb will beat the spider sense. The fist will beat the bomb. Two icons will just nullify each other, and you decide who the winner is by using a red plastic decoder, and each one has a corresponding number. For instance, the Spider-Man card has 1 for the bomb, while Venom has 2 for the bomb, and as such, the Venom card will beat the bomb. With the bomb, will beat the bomb of the Spider-Man card. I don't know if that makes sense. And this is really the thing that really got me interested in these cards. If you're a big G1 Transformers fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. These decoders were really the rave back in the 80s when you wanted the tech specs of the figure. You had to decode it, and Hasbro had that ingenious strip of red film or red clear plastic that you would place on top of the back of the box, and you would see the graph that showed the specs of the figure, and they've revived it in these cards. So, I mean, the cards are lame. I mean, you cover one and then you show, and then you and your friend count 1, 2, 3 as the instructions say. The instruction says cover and then say 1, 2, 3, and then you show, and then you'll decide who wins. Like for instance, this one, the bomb wins, and as I said, the fist will beat the bomb. Now, what they've done with this is really come up with a really nice revival for all you 80s. For those of you who grew up in the 80s, and I'm just, I'm just loving this. See, you can see the points. The Spider-Man card will beat, with a fist, will beat the Venom fist. That's 5. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, 5, and then it's 3. So very, very cool. Very, very ingenious of Hasbro to actually bring that back. So thank you, Hasbro. He's falling again. Thank you, Hasbro, for doing that. So I take back the negative stuff I said about the cards. They're really cool. The back of the decoder is just the code of who wins, and that's that. So there you go. My review of the superposable 3 3/4 Spider-Man. I hope it has been insightful in some way and helpful for many of you, and in deciding whether to get this figure or not. I certainly think it's a great figure. It's a decent figure. I'm kicking myself right now for not actually picking this one up sooner. So thank you to the person who actually asked me to review this. You know who you are, and I hope you enjoyed this review. So there you go, the Spider-Man superposable Spider-Man figure. Thanks for watching.